And the best number one method is... Alright y'all, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the best 3 ways to get devil fruits in Grand Peace Online. This video will be more dedicated to people that are fairly new to the game, to the point where they need, devil fruits for whatever it is, whether they need to trade it, whether you need to trade, or you simply just need a good fruit for grinding. So I plan on ordering this video from the worst method all the way up to the best method that I could think of, and that this will include 3 different methods. Alright, so for the first method, we have farming log. I put this one at the least effective way to get devil fruits in this game, just because I mean, yes, it's consistent, but the rates of it, they really aren't there, and it's really time consuming compared to these other two. The pros of the law method of getting fruits is that it's completely free. You don't need anything prior to obtain before you want to do this method, so you can just hop straight into it as long as you're able to go into second C. Another pro is that you're killing law in the process, so you also have a chance for the Kikoku drop, which is also really good for trading if you wanted to trade that for fruits or anything really. And then 3 is not hard to do at all. It really, if you could just like lobby hop, just go to different servers, and eventually you're gonna find someone at stage 3 or stage 4 where there's multiple people, and then y'all can go in there and easily defeat the raid. So it's not challenging at all, and it's not very difficult. Okay, to move on to the cons is if you don't have all-seeing eye, which I'm assuming most of you do not, considering you're watching a video on how to get devil fruits for things like value or whatever. So I'm assuming you don't have all-seeing eye, so the rates is low. You're not automatically getting 2 times Logia unless it's the weekend, and then your pity chances are at 100 and not 40. So it's gonna take pretty much 2.5 times the amount of law raids to just get a guaranteed legendary fruit, but you also could get lucky. The next con, like I already addressed earlier, is that it is time consuming, especially if you can't find servers that are stage 3 or stage 4. It would probably take around, around 15 minutes, maybe 20 if y'all aren't efficient, to basically go through all the stages and complete the raid. And then there's a 6-minute cooldown afterwards, so you'll probably be better off if you server hop. But if you don't want to, you want to do a long grind, that's also a possibility. My suggestion to find these law raids more efficiently, with people willing to do the raids longer than once or twice, is I recommend going to the GPL, the official Grand Peace Online Discord server. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Then you go to second C raids, and then people post private server links to law raids all the time. Yeah, that's it for the first method. Alright, the second most efficient method that I can think of for obtaining rare devil fruits, which is pretty much what I'm doing right now but differently, it would be Megalodon fishing. This time I'm going to start off with the cons of this method rather than the pros, because I feel like it would be kind of misleading to start off with the pros. So starting off with the cons, it does take a little bit of prior requirements, such as having the Hiei fruit or Magu fruit, but good thing for y'all is that both of these fruits aren't hard to achieve at all. Literally, you could do what I'm doing right now. You could literally just fish in a trading server. Just fish, sell all your fish, get max pelly, and that's enough to at least get you a Hiei. You might have to do some small ads to get you a Magu, but it's enough for that. So the prior requirements aren't that crazy to get. Another con is that this method is also very heavily dependent on 2 times Lokia or an all-seeing eye. So it's probably not as good. Well, it isn't as good if you're not doing it on the weekends, especially if you don't have all-seeing eye, because then you won't be getting the 2 times Lokia rates. Moving on to the cons is that it's very time efficient. It's very time efficient. All you have to do is go into the rough seas, throw your fishing rod in the rough seas, and then as soon as you get a fish, if you hear the sound signifying a Megalodon, fish it up, kill it, and that's an automatic rare fruit or higher. Pretty good rates. And then if you don't hear the sound effect, all you can simply do is just press W and you automatically pull your fishing rod out, and then you could throw it back in. With my experience of doing this, like in my last video, I could get a Megalodon probably, with enough luck, you could probably get one every 2 minutes. So that's pretty much a rare fruit or higher every 2 minutes. So it's pretty good for devil fruits. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it will also be very helpful if you have all seeing eye or 2 times Lokia rate, so you can get the pity down to 40 rather than 100. As if you're not that lucky, you're not going to be getting rare fruits like that. With my experience of doing it, I only did around 40 to 50 of them, and I was able to get 3 legendary fruits with an all-seeing eye, of course. So it's not that crazily rare. So this is why I put it at number 2 on the list. This brings me to the most efficient method of getting devil fruit at the moment, and it currently is the best method when it comes to rare devil fruit rates wise. This method is pretty much what I'm doing, but just with a devil fruit fishing rod. It's already in the name, as you can expect. People that I've seen use the devil fruit fishing rod, because I personally don't have one yet, they will use like an entire stack of legendary fish bait, and they'll come out with hundreds of devil fruits, mythics, legendaries, etc. Pretty much anything. So the pros is that it's really good, really efficient for fishing up devil fruit, especially if you have a legendary fish bait. If you have a legendary fish bait, it's pretty much every every 3 legendary fish that you fish up is a guaranteed double fruit. So it's really good for actually getting double fruits. Once again, it's better during 2 times Logia and if you have All Seeing Eye, but they're also not really like they're not required, is what I'm saying. You can still do good without them. Moving on to the cons of this one, the cons kind of way similar to the pros on this one, because the Dofu rod is also very pricey. It's gonna take a lot of value, just trading items, anything really, to get your hands on a double fruit fishing rod. So it's kind of like an investment. You're gonna have to spend a lot just to get it, but you can also make it back with getting really rare double fruits. Another con that also has to do with the price is that it's still good without it, but you're not going to be getting the most efficient. You're not going to be the most efficient without legendary fish bait. So you're also going to have to spend a little. You might have to trade a couple of legendary fruits just to get max legendary bait, or you can fish up for the legendary fish. That would just take entirely too long though. So I recommend just trading for it. But once you get both of those, you're pretty much set. You're pretty much guaranteed a mythical fruit at some point. And so yeah, that will conclude this guide to getting yourself some rare devil fruits. Now go enjoy and have fun. Please like and subscribe.